Welcome back to another episode of Laker News. I'm Allison Donahue.
And I'm Faith Irby.
Art Prize has just kicked off in Grand Rapids, and this week we'll take a look at some exhibits, including the work of one Grand Valley student.
We'll also take a look at a sewage leak in Grand Haven and look back at a controversy that took Grand Rapids by storm. This is Laker News.
Grand Rapids is home to Michigan's internationally recognized event, Art Prize. For one Grand Valley student, the journey to an Art Prize entry has not been easy. Jessica Kroll has more on how overcoming obstacles can lead to great things.
Castina Bombardo, a senior at Grand Valley State University, and 5 other jewelry and metalsmithing students entered wearable art into an Art Prize exhibit called Unexpected Pleasures.
I really wanted it to be about self-restraint, and for me personally it was with my nail biting, so I decided to take silver castings of my actual fingers and then use it to replicate my right hand grabbing my left hand.
Bombardo has been diagnosed with obsessive-compulsive disorder. She says working with her hands helps her overcome her OCD behavior. She says her work also expresses her creativity.
In a normal classroom setting, it's really hard to pay attention. I'd always have to bring Play-Doh to class just to have it in my hand so I could even concentrate on what they were saying. But in art, you really have to take whatever you're feeling and make it a piece, and I had all of these rushing emotions just waiting to come out. So it's really helped express it, and also it's a good medium to work through, so it's all with my hands. I'm never just sitting still, listening to a lecture.
Bombardo has been creating since a young age, but tragedy put a halt on her talent.
When my mom passed away when I was 14, I kind of took a detour, let it go for a little bit, and couldn't really figure out how I'd be able to incorporate it into my life, especially in college.
Her inspiration to continue creating? Her own family.
Definitely my mom and grandmother. They were both really big into art, but neither of them found out until they were older, and they were both amazing at what they did, and I kind of wanted to take their inspiration, but start from the beginning and make it my life.
Bombardo's piece will be on display at Studio Us throughout the duration of Art Prize 9.
Art Prize is an exciting time where artists from across the nation gather to present some of their best works. In downtown Grand Rapids, our Connor Pena was at the DeVos Center with more.
Unfortunately, this piece just barely missed the cut for Art Prize 9. But luckily, all the pieces behind me and the piece right there, they all made it in.
The DeVos Center is just one of the many locations in downtown Grand Rapids showcasing the beautiful works of Art Prize 9. The DeVos Center was covered with different Art Prize pieces. One of the pieces was by Nathan Miner and was about looking at the piece as if it was inside your mind. Another was by Candace Shokovanich, and her piece was a look at a different way to look at planet Earth.
My name is Candace Shavanik, and my entry is Overview. And the initial idea for this project was when I heard an interview from an astronaut, Ron Guerin, talking about viewing the Earth from orbit, and how when you see our planet from outer space, you realize that our borders and boundaries are arbitrary.
The unfortunate thing is that not every prize can be victorious in the Art Prize competition. Here was Candace's reason on why hers should take home the win.
If I were to win, then I know that I would be able to contribute back to this community. I work with an organization, the Grand Valley Artists, and I'd love to continue to work with them and help promote arts within this community.
Art Prize 9 will continue through the month of September and all the way until October the 8th.
In our next story, some students at GVSU are thinking about making a serious investment in joining the Greek life community. The sorority recruitment process at GVSU has officially begun, and this year there are a record number of participants. Women looking for a sorority have a lot of choices at GVSU, 9 to be exact. These houses make up GVSU's Greek Village. Sisters will try to place over 500 women in a Greek house in about a week's time. That's a new record.
More people on Grand Valley's campus that we can get to support one another is really awesome, and I'm really excited for all these girls to find their home, all 560 of them.
Smith says the whole experience is capped off by bid night, which is tomorrow. That's when the potential new members find out what sorority they will be in.
Once again, Ottawa County health officials are telling residents to stay away from the waters of the Grand River. Sam Schefferman is the Grand Haven with more.
The problem is sewage. Sewage that has been dumped into the Grand River because of a power failure at the Grand Haven water treatment plant. Health officials are telling residents to avoid contact with the river until it can be tested. Ottawa County Department of Public Health released a no body contact. The advisory spanned over a mile east of the US 31 bridge. This is not the first time the Grand Haven plant has dumped sewage into the river. Back in March, the same plant was cited by the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality for dumping over 2 million gallons of raw sewage into the Grand River. The cause was a leaky pipe. This new sewage spill and subsequent health warning is the latest in a string of sewage leaks that have plagued the Grand River plant since 1998. The Grand River stretches across the lower half of the state from Grand Haven down south. The river was under an advisory earlier this year. David Crone, superintendent of Grand River Spring Lake Water Waste Treatment Plant, said, quote, "We used to use chlorine. Well, ultraviolet does the same thing. On that last stage, that ultraviolet stage, we had a power failure. So without power, the lights cannot come on," unquote. Walking distance from the plant is an unleashed dog park and playground. Locals here talk about how the water being so close can cause problems to their community.
You're so close to this water, and everybody relies on that river for a lot of things like boating and kayaking, and there's duck season now, and there's fishing and whatnot like that, you know.
Not only is the community at risk, but the health and safety of those who use that park.
My main concern is that I did take my dog down to the water and let her drink, and then after that I heard about the no contact, so I was very concerned about her health.
Reporting in Grand Haven for West Side Stories, I'm Sam Schefferman.
The plant continues to work on safety procedures to help prevent any further power failures.
Jessica Kroll has more on a controversy that took Grand Valley by storm.
On Sunday, September 3rd, a Grand Valley student posted a photo on Snapchat of a woman holding a dachshund by its tail. A screenshot of the photo was retweeted thousands of times on Twitter, but has since been removed. It received backlash from Grand Valley students via comments on Twitter and Facebook.
My immediate reaction was, first of all, a little aggravation, I would say. I'm just seeing the abuse on that animal, I guess.
When I saw the photo, when it had come up, I was very disgusted that someone would do that, and that, that just doesn't represent the university as a whole well, and it doesn't represent our student body well.
Grand Valley State University and the Ottawa County Sheriff's Department were both involved with the off-campus case. The student who took the photo was contacted via text message by student reporter Montez Fennick. Austin Schmidt explained that the dachshund is bred to hunt rabbits and moles, meaning the owner is able to pull the dog from holes by its tail.
Yes, they do. They do feel pain, and I don't know what that dog was feeling, but I'm sure it was oh, why is this person that has cared for me it now hurting me in the way that it is?
The students involved said they do not condone animal abuse. The woman in the photo, Jillian Namath, said she did not believe she was injuring the dachshund. She took her dog Diesel in for a checkup, according to an article from Fox 17 News. A campus club, Humane Society of Grand Valley, has discussed the incident. The club is a way for students to get involved and work with animals.
We are able to give volunteer options, speaker options, and extracurricular activities that students are able to do if you are in the field for animals, or either just a student that loves animals or wants to be involved in anything.
Within this university, and especially within Humane Society of Grand Valley, we speak out against animal cruelty, that animal cruelty should not have a place on our campus and should not have a place in our world.
Also advocating positively for animals is the Bissell Pet Foundation, located in Grand Rapids.
Bissell Pet Foundation was started in 2011, and we work with partner and shelter organizations all over the United States. We actually assist shelters in all 50 states, and currently we support around 3,000 shelters.
The organization sponsors events such as Empty the Shelters Day, where they waive the adoption fees at shelters.
So Empty the Shelters was an event that we started last year. We tested it out in our Michigan market. We worked with about 24 different shelters, and we found homes for 605 pets in one day.
The Bissell Pet Foundation believes every animal should have a home.
Our motto is until every pet has a home, but we've noticed we want every pet in the right home as well.
This dog dangling situation has brought some light to the Grand Valley community on proper treatment of animals. Namath has since apologized for her actions.
It was a terrible, terrible situation, but a lot of people jumped way too fast on it because we weren't there. Obviously what was going on was wrong, but it took, and I mean, this is a good and bad thing. I think it's a good thing that GB is so they care so much about animals that we were so focused on this, but it was also a bad thing that we switched into a bully school so fast just because of something that happened that should have been taken care of by GVSU or other authorities instead.
In Allendale, I'm Jessica Kroll.
Thanks for watching Laker News.
Make sure you tune in every Sunday for more episodes.
Have a great week and anchor up.